Hey everyone, this is Neil with Wasted Paper here, bringing you another fountain pen review. This time we're looking at a pen from Fountain Pen Revolution. I've done videos on this company in the past, and they came out with a brand new color, so I ordered the pen right away, and I have it for you here now. The pen we're looking at today is the Statesman from Fountain Pen Revolution. They have two other colorways of this, and they've been out a while. I actually wanted the blue one, but I waited because I knew a new color was coming out, and I was excited to see what they put out there. To my surprise, it was a green pen, which is really cool. It actually looks a lot like my Hello Tello pen, if you saw that video before. But anyways, I was really excited to see a new color of this, and I wanted to get it out there to kind of promote them too, because they've helped me in the past and sponsored a video themselves. The top and bottom of this pen are both flat, rounded finials. From there, you have a pretty thin, really easy to actuate clip with a ball on the end of it. You have a silver, really thick kind of cap band that is unique to this model. There. Down from that, you have more of this resin and one more end ring right here. It takes 2 full spins to uncap this pen. The nib is branded with FPR, which is Fountain Pen Revolution, and a logo right there. It has these 4 lines that wave up towards the end of the nib. I went with a unique grind on this, and you can kind of see it here. I went with the Architect grind, which is super unique. It's a grind that I've used on some other pens and some other videos as well, but on this one, they charge a really low price for it. They only charge $4 more to get that custom grind, so you know I had to try that out and see how it looks for all of you. The grip section on here reminds me a lot of like an SD grip. It's not pointed as much as an SD is on the end, but it's about the same length, so that should lead to pretty comfortable writing. The threads on here are very small and not sharp at all. There's some tooth to it where you can see my finger getting caught, but they're super soft and not sharp. They're rounded really well right there. This pen does come with a converter with that little ball on the inside, which usually is there to kind of shake up and mix the ink. It's friction fit as well. The pen does post, and it posts with pretty much no pressure at all. It's really easy to get on there. To me, though, I think it's a bit long when posted, that I probably am not going to do that. It's a bit excessive in my eyes, but it does do it if you're curious about that. The ink we're going to be using today is a Robert Oster ink. It's called Green Green. It's a pretty nice green. I would say it's on the lighter side, and I think that'll fit this pen and resin pretty well. For my writing sample today, we're going to be going with my Clyde and Mnemosyne notebook. I've tried so hard to say that word right, so I hope I got it. This is one I've had for a while, and it's actually a grid notebook, but I like that it opens upright, really good for left-handed people. As for the flex, this is with no pressure, with pressure, none, with, none, with. So I really like this nib. I've used Architect nibs before and I was already a fan, but something about being left-handed and at this kind of angle that I write, you just get a lot of character to your lettering. Right here on the word quick, I can just see a lot. There's shading on this. You have the variation as you loop to connect all the letters, some boldness on the C. Obviously, you can see it in other spots too, especially when you look at the grid right here. If I had to give one con to this nib, it's going to be that there's no flex, right? You're not going to expect that with an Architect. You're kind of getting something unique already. But I will say otherwise, I like this nib a lot. And for the $4 upcharge, I think it was super worth it. The ultra fine or extra fine, whatever you want to call it, it works great. It works fine. Maybe a bit dry, but it definitely works without any issues. It's just not for me. I've used Architects, like I've said. I don't generally use the reverse writing at all. It's just not for me. I feel like Architect nibs shine the most when you look at print. Now, I know this isn't the best print you'll ever see in your entire life, but I think that you can really see the variation more. You look at your T here, you look at your U, the O is more bold on certain spots, the F, the X, so on and so forth. Print really, really shows what the character and the abilities of this nib are. So if you do a lot of print, then this is the nib for you. As for my size comparison on the Statesman, I have my Pilot Custom 823 and my Lamy Safari. Side by side, the Statesman is nearly identical to the Lamy Safari, which puts them both just a little bit under the Pilot Custom 823. As for them uncapped, the Statesman becomes the smallest out of the three, but not by much. And then finally, posted, the Statesman is now the longest out of the three. As for my final thoughts on this pen though, I think it might be my favorite body style and shape out of all my Fountain Pen Revolution pens. I have two others, and I'll post the links in the description down below for the other videos. But this one has just a really nice body look to it. It is still very lightweight. All of their pens are lightweight. And I didn't mention this before, but it doesn't have a box. The pens don't come with a box because he's trying to save on cost so he can keep his pens at a more affordable rate for people to pick them up. As far as the resin goes, I think they did a good job. It really fits in line with what I've seen from them so far. They always are good at getting a ton of chatoyant effect in these resins, and this pen specifically is such a nice looking model. I liked the blue they already had, I like the orange they already had, so I think getting another color that's pretty far from both of those really works well for that line. I don't really have much to say as far as complaints go. This nib, though, is great. I love Architect nibs, and I knew I would like this. I don't think it dethrones the Ultraflex nib. I think the Ultraflex is the best nib they've done so far. It's my favorite personally, and so far it's actually my favorite Flex nib. I enjoy that thing so much. So this was cool to try out, though, and I think for the price, it's a steal. Normally, Architect nibs, even if you were to get them for a sale, are nowhere near this price. So if you want to try out some cool, unique nibs, I really think this is the way to go. All that being said, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.